community content or anything, or like community tournaments or other tournaments outside of what Blizzard puts on. So it's literally like, it's literally like, oh, Heroes of the Storm now has no pro scene. That's crazy. Jesus, insane. Bottom left hand side, who is that? Beeping at me on Battle.net. Alright. Bottom left hand side, our blue Zerg player is Bly. Top right, our green Protoss Hellraiser. When locusts are released, does the player decide where they land? Yeah, your locusts, when they go up in the sky, are completely controllable by a player, and they can land as you target something. It's a shame, but it's not too surprising. I think it's kind of surprising that Blizzard just out of nowhere was just like, hey guys, you don't have a job anymore, bye, to like a whole bunch of pros. It's actually terrifying. What if they just come out tomorrow and they're like, hey guys, so we really love StarCraft. It's a great game. And we've got a war chest coming up, and we've got Iron Candidates. But you know what? We've actually just decided that we're not going to do WCS this year. See you guys later. Bye. Can you imagine? Holy shit. That would suck. I don't think that's going to happen to StarCraft. And I think actually StarCraft is in a very good place right now. You have to remember that Heroes is a 5-player game. It's the most expensive game Blizzard runs outside of Overwatch for esports, because every time you fly a team out somewhere, you have to fly 5 players out. Right? You always have to have 5 times everything compared to like a Hearthstone competition or a StarCraft 2 competition. So, that obviously has some implication as well. I think StarCraft's pretty fine right now. We're obviously doing quite well for viewership as well, so I think we're okay, but maybe a little still worrying as a Blizzard fan. It's a bit of a yikes. Warcraft Arena teams, yeah, but that's only like 3 or 4 players a team compared to 5 or 6. Like, it's still cheaper to run WoW Arena than it is Heroes. Because also WoW Arena has a lower prize pool than Heroes. So, yeah. And also World of Warcraft has probably, I don't know how the numbers really look, but I imagine World of Warcraft is a big portion of Blizzard's income still. With the subscriber counts, so WoW Arena teams so is obviously very easily sustained. Guys, this is a Bane Burst from Bly in game number 1. Just been blabbering on. Let's talk about this. We're going to be seeing a couple of Banelings on the way up. This is Stalker currently poking an Overlord back to the overhead high ground. Extra Bane's getting set up as well, as we do have more Zerglings coming across the map. So Ling's going to start running forwards. Stalker and Adept here, as they are going to be trying to pull this off. Cybercore wants to come in behind this for extra defense. And that is going to be a wall off here. Supply. Well, you can still blow that Cybercore up, as the Banes will get to it before it's on too high a hit points. Going for this pylon now. Shield Battery needs to heal this pylon. Oh my god, he's just going to keep the pylon alive. Probes. 4 of them going down, but the rewall is up, and I think Hellraiser will stay alive from this. Forcing extra Banes to go off on the Cybercore obviously helped. The Shield Battery was clutch to heal up this pylon. Hellraiser just figuring this out and seeing what was going on. Able to respond in time. But only just as well. This was super close. Zerglings gathering up here from Bly, as we do see another couple coming up to the top side. Phoenix on the way out, being chrono boosted here from Hellraiser. And with that Phoenix popping out, we're going to be seeing a second Stargate coming down as well. 5 Banelings on the way up, as this Phoenix is going to come in and start a fight away at that Overlord. Bly going to be a little bit supply blocked as he goes for another attempt of busting through. Oh, this sentry might be a little late, actually. Well, the Oracles need to try and come in here. The force field is not really that good at all, but I mean, honestly, if you look at this, I mean, even if he kills 10 probes, what are the oracles doing? I mean, they just don't have the energy to activate? Wow, I really thought this was not going to be 10 probes. Hellraiser was just a little late on that sentry, wasn't he? Okay, so this was a little bit better for Bly, getting something done, and now maybe able to transition a little bit more realistically. He's going into 7 drones at the moment. Hellraiser cleans this up. Yeah, Bly is, didn't really... It's such a middle of the road kind of attack, wasn't it? Funky. Funky, funky, funky. It's our 4th best of 3 of the day, guys. We see 2 oracles coming down to the bottom left to try and maybe put on some counter pressure, get some damage done. I love the double Stargate Phoenix from here. Try and get some real damage done and kind of keep Bly behind. Couple of Banes coming into the side, and we see Link's just going to back off for a moment, wait for those. I don't know what you do here, though. Like, what do you even try to bust down? Unless you morph in even more Banes? Bly cancels them, and I think that's the better choice at this stage. It's very unlikely you're going to do a lot more damage with this. Uncles will go straight into this mineral line, get 1 drone, and then have to leave. Good target fire by Bly, making sure he gets as much damage onto that Oracle as possible, but Hellraiser making sure to also pull that Oracle away nice and quickly. Doesn't want it to take too much damage as well, of course. Phoenix coming down to the south side. There's lanes just patrolling everywhere. Look at the vision from Bly holding up on the minimap for you now. He sees everything, a lot of the map. I'm not going to say everything, not the far sides and so on, but he has very good pre-warning about these Phoenix coming across, etc. So he's pretty well set up to deal with this initially, as Hellraiser will just have to back away to the right. Phoenix gathering up as, again, Ling's patrolling around. Oracle coming in. And again, helping him to get a few more drones here along the way. These Oracles have 19 kills of them. Obviously, a lot of those were from the earlier game Zerglin kills. Still pretty fun. 7 Overlords on the way up. Sling is just running around, doing laps. I wish I was as motivated as a Zerglin to run around all day. Lose a bit of weight. Be good for me, you know. 10 drones going down as the Phoenix just pop on in, and keeping that work count of Bly somewhat reasonable as Hellraiser gets established on the 3rd base. Bly is on 77 out of 144 supply. You know what happens if you times 77 by 2? Get 154, not 144. So it's a good thing I realized that before continuing my point. But it's a lot of free supply from Bly. He's overmade Overlords massively here, so he doesn't have to worry about it later. Obviously, that is far, far, far from an ideal. Phoenix patrolling down the south. Drone's getting a few kills at the moment, couple going down. And as you're going to see the Phoenix escaping out to the south. Hydra speed. Just on the way up, and a couple more Hydras on the way out. Temple Archives on the way through as well. Amazing coming in with the Twitch Prime sub. And Raven Madness coming in with the fresh sub as well. Back to back. Thank you so much. Creep continue to push up this left-hand side. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. We're going to get you up on the tree very soon. Appreciate the support. We're only 15 subs away from 600. It's today the magical day where we hit 600 subscribers again. Wow. We've never hit 600 subs with StarCraft, by the way. This is an all-time StarCraft 2 subscriber high. We've had this many subs through marbles before, which is nice and all, but it's nice to see us doing so well with our StarCraft content, because obviously I really love doing StarCraft content, and it's what I want to keep on doing for you guys. Appreciate it. Again, more subs we have, the more tournaments we can run. More tournaments we can run, the better it's going to be as Hellraiser. Ooh, that's not a good time to ask for a pause, just as he's losing his Phoenix. Dropping FPS. Let's get this resumed. Seems I forgot to use my Prime, but when I promised to sub, I have to. Thank you so much, Reverend Madness. I appreciate it. And amazing for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Appreciate it, guys. Really do. When's the next emote? Oh, only 598 subscribers away. Not that far. 598 subs to unlock our new emote. You know, just a casual $3,000. What? No one's got $3,000 to drop on the channel? Really? Oh, okay. Oh, you know, you guys just do nothing for new emotes nowadays, do you? Aye, aye, aye. +1 melee on the way up on this Evo chamber. As you see, Lings and Hydras. Coming up to the upper side of the map. I mean, Bly's been able to get this into a bit of a macro game after that earlier start. Losing some of the Phoenix there was obviously painful for Hellraiser, because they're not just useful to keep on harassing, but also to kind of lift up Hydras in these fights. So losing a few of them is very painful. Where's his army? Down here towards the fourth base. So he's out of position to deal with these Hydras, though he might be able to come in from the back and kind of block them in. Stop them from doing too much more. The Storms are going to be essential here. The Storms are going to be the splash damage to really help to get rid of these Hydras. As that base goes down, 20 probes going down with it. Bly starting to make this work. There we go, Zod's charging in, a Storm coming down. Hydra's being pushed back at the moment. Hydra's taking even more damage here, as we're going to be seeing. Again, I mean, while Bly gets the base, it's actually a very expensive base, although he's getting a lot of damage on top of this. This army from Hellraiser not standing up as much as I thought it might. Again, imagine the Phoenix were here right away. Imagine there was 4 more Phoenix in this. You would just lift up so many of these more of these Hydras at a time. That would have been great as well. Alright, so you see a few Archons just on the way up. As you see those Zerglings heading up to the upper side of the map. A single Zergling here from Bly going to join up with the rest. +2 melee coming over, and Bly just getting set up into more of these upgrades now, as those Lings going to run right into the natural expansion, though. That's a little bit of a shame, as you see a Zealot dropping down to block off there. A couple more Zealots running in. And you see Zerglings with that surround getting a lot done. Units moving across the map here. As we do also have more Lings running up. Immortal able to pick off a few of those Lings there, and Lings running into this mineral line. Starting to get quite a bit of damage done, so a few probes going down, 5 workers down so far. Zealots, Archons, Immortals. More Storms dropping in as well. In the end, Hellraiser types GG, because Bly's counterattacks have just done too much. But for the subs again, I'll get you up on the tree after this game. Sorry, I'm just a little bit all over. Trying to get people to play matches ahead of time for certain stuff, and just trying to make sure we've got players for future events as well. Sorry, guys. I know it's always a little bit unprofessional when I'm like, you know, oh my god, sorry guys, I'm not paying attention because we're setting something else up. It's literally just for the benefit of the channel. It's one of those awkward things where it's like, I mean, it truly is just, I mean, setting up matches for other days on the channel here, so it's just, obviously, the sooner I reply to someone on Skype or something if they're asking a question, the sooner that we can continue to move things along and make sure that we're figured out in time, so appreciate you guys putting up with me when I go a little bit quiet every now and then. It's my fault for solo casting and doing a lot of the admin stuff on my own as well, so apologies for that as we do get this going. Hellraiser just had a couple of bad moments in that last game. It's going to turn it into an attempt to cannon rush this time around. Forge is coming down. Gateway gets placed down as well. Bly going to throw down his hatcher in the bottom left-hand side here in response to this cannon rush. And obviously, Bly just sort of getting the second gas up and running here to... I mean, there's a lot of potential with what you can do from this point. This is going to be the robo setup from Hellraiser, so the patcher on this side can just be for roaches to move up, or it can just be for the fact that you get a second hatchery in a safe place. And that actually allows you to keep on making lings if you go ling speed, and then you can actually break this when there's one immortal and before Warp Prism comes out, which can be very powerful. That's how a laser was dealing with this more recently, using that hatchery for lings. It doesn't look like Bly goes ling speed here, so this might just be for roaches and then a counterattack up here, which can also force a reaction as well. These cannon rushes have been a little bit more figured out as of late, so... Hellraiser pressing forwards at the moment. Just going to get this next cannon on the way down as... Again, Bly is just going to have to deal with this Zealot in a moment or so. Make sure he gets this going. A little bit annoying right there, but nothing too crazy. There's a couple of roaches do get started up. So a couple of roaches. He builds the lair on the bottom left-hand side, so maybe some sort of a Nidus play. Can't think what else you would go for the lair for here this quickly. So maybe the Nidus is his choice. As you do see that Queen just helping to push the Stalker back down to the low ground. Roaches of Bly able to deal with that Stalker there. A few Ravagers now starting to morph in. Corrosive Vials coming down as well, as you just see the Hydras being pushed back a little bit, and again a little bit more damage being done. They're going to finish in a few moments now, as you see Corrosive Vials from Bly dropping down. Cannon taking quite a lot of damage. This Immortal unable to do much. The Vials just again draining a lot of the shield battery energy. It's actually very important to do this. Using the Corrosive Vials to drain the shield battery energy, because it just means there's less energy to actually heal up the Immortals when they start taking damage. So it's actually a really good response. There's that Nidus network, so that you can get a Nidus into the main of his opponent to force something of a response. Immortal here already taking damage, and again just not being healed up because the shield battery energy is keeping on healing this cannon. So again, it limits how much this Immortal can move forwards with. And the barrier gets popped on it again. And those Ravagers still just holding the high ground. Nidus coming up over here, but there's nothing to put in this Nidus yet, so I'm not sure what the plan is from Bly. There's a juicy two Stalkers and the Immortal. Moving up this ramp now, and the Ravagers taking a little bit of damage. Spinecrawl will get taken down too. Rubber Facility still coming up here as well. Bile hits, and the Immortal gets tagged. The shield being popped on it again, as we do see the Nidus over here gets taken down. Uh-oh. So that's actually a bit of a shame for Bly, because now all of a sudden he's not going to be able to reinforce with units from the left-hand side of the map. So he's kind of just left with what's in his main base. Surrounds an Immortal. Good micro back on that one Ravager there as it gets low. A couple of drones going down, and we see 3 more Ravagers being built up. There's the Nidus, so Bly can obviously do a couple of things with this. Retreat units, or also potentially, of course, bring extra units across. I would love to just see that Nidus come down in the main base as well, because I feel like that's obviously just a massive opportunity. Kills the shield battery there as he pushes down the ramp with those Ravagers. The shields are back on these Immortals. Oh my god, Hellraiser just keeps this one alive. Good micro from him, but there is now the counter-attacking Nidus network, and obviously that has a lot of potential. Oh, but the cannon's going to be able to kill it, of course. Wow, so in range of a cannon, Bly makes a mistake across the map, and that's important resources to Bly that he's going to be losing out on. Now he is mining off of a second base in that bottom left corner of the map. Another Nidus starts to come up here. We are just going to be seeing the recall back home of a single Immortal to try and deal with this. With the probes pulled in as well, the Nidus will just get shut down before it's really able to do anything. But again, it brings an Immortal back home, so it's something, but it's a very expensive something. Main base has been evacuated by Bly. He's done over here. He's going to go to the bottom left-hand side of the map and play from there. Obviously, Hellraiser doesn't have the backup of reinforcing Immortals, cannons, and shield batteries. to kind of help him if he goes across to that base. So Bly going to try and play from a different position now. And as we'll see a Nidus network coming down, getting ready to go. So Nidus about to finish, and a drone about to pop out. I mean, maybe a spine crawler right away. Some Zerglings coming through as well. The Ravagers all loading up into this. Ravagers just popping. As you see, I'm just going to go up this ramp. Crows of Bars to break through this pylon. But now Hellraiser's in some issues, right? Because we've already seen that he has used his recall back on the other side of the map, and he doesn't really have a way for him to realistically kind of survive here, right? I mean, the Immortal goes down. Now these probes are going to be in a lot of trouble. Hellraiser is heading to the bottom left, or is this just a rallying towards the upper left to kind of get here to deal with these Ravagers? I think he's trying to figure out where that base is. He's been all over looking for it, so he knows it's somewhere in the bottom left as Bly continues to press forwards, chasing down as many probes as he can get. Spire made as well. Well, that's GG, because now there's no probes left. He can't actually rebuild anything else, so with the Mutalisk switch, he should just be able to close this out. Twenty-one probes going down as you see drones and queens going to push into this here. We're going to be seeing the Immortals in some trouble. And extra Zerglings running out to get us around and to shut this down. Very nicely done. Muta's on the way. Hellraiser has no option other than to type out GG Bly. Takes game.